We are dying because of lack of knowledge. We are dying because we are poor. We are dying because it looks as if there is no one that is hearing our stories.
We know exactly what needs to be done to solve the maternal health problem. The problem is one of political will, the lack of human rights, the lack of these basic health rights becoming legal entitlements. We're here in Times Square today because we've just launched the maternal death clock, and the timing of this is to coincide with the beginning and the inauguration of the Millennium Summit at the United Nations just a few blocks away, where world leaders are meeting to review progress on the Millennium Development Goals. These goals, there are 8 of them, and they represent the most basic needs of the majority of the world's population.
The clock signifies that every 90 seconds a woman dies trying to give birth, trying to give life. The clock signifies that every 90 seconds a woman dies unnecessarily, not because we don't know how to keep that woman alive, but because we haven't made a decision to keep her alive.
Over the 3 days when world leaders are meeting at the summit, almost 3,000 women are going to die as the discussions are taking place on what we should do over the next 5 years. Well, you know, people who are working around here, they think that it doesn't affect them, so it doesn't affect, doesn't affect their lives on a day-to-day basis. But the reality is that if you have very significant sections of the world's population living in poverty, living whose rights are being denied, it comes back to bite everybody. I mean, it was said a long time ago by a very important leader in the United States that poverty anywhere is poverty everywhere. Who are these women who are dying? They tend to be African American, indigenous, Latino women. It's women living in slums who don't have a voice, women in rural Africa. These are the women who are losing their lives needlessly because human rights have not been integrated into the Millennium Development Goals. It's easy for leaders to come and make a speech here, but converting that into action requires that these become legal rights.
We're asking people to take action, to write to their governments to say we don't want to live in a world where women die unnecessarily giving birth. We don't want children to grow up without their mothers because of a decision that governments have taken or failed to take.
It's only people who can make a difference in the end. People raising their voice and telling the leaders that they have to convert these promises to action. That's what's going to make a difference.